Hi, my name is Genevieve, and today I am going to show you how to make custard buns. The only time that I've had custard buns was either at a Chinese restaurant or eating dim sum. These would be my favorite things. And one time when I had it, they were in these animal forms, and I thought they were super cute. So of course, I had to make it too. So I made a bunny, a pig, and a panda, and I'm going to show you how to make it. I have tried a couple of variations of custard buns. There's some that tasted really eggy, more like an egg tart in a bun, and I've had some that tasted like a custard inside, and I really like the custard, so that's the kind that I'm going to show you how to make today, is the one that tastes more like a custard, and with that it uses a custard powder. FYI. These are the ingredients for the custard. You will need some egg yolks, some sugar, some custard powder, salted butter, and some milk. This is the brand of custard powder that I use. It is a product from the UK. I have my yolks here, and I'm just going to break them up. In goes my sugar and my custard powder. Mix that real well. Okay, now you should get something that looks like this. Oh, no! Damn it. Your egg yolk should now look something like this. The rest takes place at my stovetop, so let's go. I am melting my butter. And if you don't have any salted butter, just take unsalted butter and sprinkle some salt on it. But the purpose for the salted butter is, 1, for taste, and 2, so that your custard doesn't separate. All right, now I'm going to add in my milk. Do you see those little bubbles forming at the edges right there? Okay, so now I'm going to turn it off. Take your egg yolks, and now I'm going to temper this, which means I'm going to cook it slowly. Watch. So you just slowly pour that hot milk in while you continuously whisk it, and this just cooks the egg yolks very slowly, because if I cook the egg yolks too fast, I would get scrambled eggs. Now I'm going to return this to my pan. Continue to cook it. The batter on the bottom is very hot, so whatever egg is touching that is going to cook first, and it'll burn if you don't stir it. So that's why I'm using my spatula right now. I'm kind of just like rubbing the spatula on the bottom of the pot to make sure nothing sticks, and it also gives me an idea of how my eggs are doing, if they're thickening or not. See, look at the end of this, it's starting to thicken. I want to say this is 75% clumpy, and the rest is still very watery, so I'm going to switch to my whisk, and this is so that my custard could be smooth. Okay, I'm going to turn my heat off. Look, it's this thick. I see no more wet. And this is done. When you cover this, you want to make sure that the plastic touches the filling, because the filling is still hot, so it's creating steam. Now we are going to let this completely chill in the refrigerator overnight. I don't have overnight, so I'm going to stick this in the freezer, which is also why I grabbed this really big pan, so that it could be spread thin enough so that it shouldn't take too long for this to chill. For your dough, you will need some all-purpose flour, some wheat starch or wheat flour, sugar, baking powder, instant yeast, warm water, oil, and some salt. For your warm water, it should be between 105 and 110 degrees. If you don't have a thermometer, just stick your finger in there, and it should feel comfortable. Slightly warmer than body temperature is okay. Empty. Flour, starch, sugar, baking powder, mix, instant yeast, and warm water. Mix. I'm going to mix this just until it comes together. Okay, that's good right there. I'm about 2 minutes into kneading, and yes, your dough should look this wet. Now I'm going to add in my oil. It's just going to slide around and get nowhere, so I'm just trying to pin it down to hold it so we can make some progress. The oil looks fully incorporated, so now I'm going to add my salt. I'm 5 minutes into kneading. I'm 7 minutes into kneading. This is 10 minutes into kneading, and the surface doesn't really look that smooth, so I'm gonna let it keep on going. My dough has been kneading for 12 minutes, so I'm going to do a test to see if it's done kneading, and this is called the window test. And all you do is you take a little bit and you try to stretch it out as thin as you can, and if light can shine through like a window, then you know that your gluten is activated and it's really stretchy and your dough is going to rise very nicely. Yeah, so see how easy that was to stretch. Coat it with some oil. Form it into a nice ball. Spray the top. Cover. Let this rise in a place that's dry and warm until it doubles in size. Cut your parchment squares. My dough has doubled in size. Punch all that air out. I'm going to reserve a little piece because I am going to color this and use it for the decorations. The rest gets weighed. Now I'm going to divide my dough evenly, and each piece is going to be 40 grams. And make sure you cover it so that it doesn't dry out. I rolled out 21 pieces of dough, so I need to roll 21 pieces of filling. Just scoop it out, roll it in your hands like that. To form the custard bun, you need just a very lightly floured surface, and form a smooth side on the bottom because that's going to be the outside of your bun and you want it really smooth. Flatten it out. The outsides, I'm going to make them thinner than the middle by rolling them inside like that. And flatten this a little. Then you pick it up, make a little circle with your hand like this or a C, and then put that there and drop it in that hole and push down. And when you enclose this, you want to make sure you limit the space between the filling and the dough. You don't want those pockets there. You just close it up. Remove your flour because you want this, for this next step, you want it to stick a little. The side that you folded up, that goes face down. And then you're going to cup it with your hand like this. I'm putting light pressure with the palm of my hand. And then you're just going to go in circles. And this just smooths out the dough even more. See? Very smooth. Put it on there. Here's that little piece of dough that I reserved, and I need black and pink dough, so I'm just going to split it in half and put some food coloring. So I'm going to make a fluffy cottontail for each bunny. To help it stick, I'm just going to dab some water where I'm going to stick the tail, and then I'm going to stick the tail. Now I'm going to form the ears. You just take a piece, roll it into a ball, and then on one side of the ball you're going to just thin it out, see, and that the other end just comes up like that, and it's going to look like a carrot, and then you just put it down and flatten it out. See? Now the eyes are black sesame seeds, so I'm just going to strategically place it like that. Now I'm going to do the pigs, which have curly tails. Roll it really thin. Okay, now I'm going to make the ears. I'm just flattening it out here, and then I'm going to use this to form a triangle. Pig's ears are kind of folded. Now I'm going to do the snout. So for the snout, you just make a circle. You flatten it with your finger until it makes like an oval. Stick it on there. Take your chopstick and make the nostrils. The pigs get sesame seeds for eyes too, so same thing, you just stick it onto your finger and place them accordingly. And that is the pig. Now we're going to make a panda. Start with the little bitty nose. Small nose right there. The eyes are like ovals. So roll your circle and then just flatten it out into an oval. Stick it there. It's kind of angled up. And then get your chopstick, poke the eyes in. We're going to make the ears, which is like a half moon. And there's your panda. All of my custard buns are in here. Turn on my fire. It hasn't been heating or anything, so the water in here is cold. And I have these towels on the lids here just to catch some of that steam, because as that steam builds up on top, it'll drip down onto your custard buns. So this is meant to catch those drops. If you look right here, you can start to see the steam kind of escaping. Do you see it? It's very slight. Like I could see it from here, but I don't know if you can see it in the camera. But when you start to see steam coming out of the pot, now you want to set your timer to 10 minutes and turn down your steam. It's been 10 minutes, so I turned my heat off, but I'm going to let my custard buns stay in the steamer for at least 3 minutes, because if I were to take it out right now, the drastic change in temperature is going to cause the buns to deflate, and I don't want that. Okay, the custard buns are finished, and here, let me show you a close-up. Cheers. Bread is so soft. Custard filling is so custardy and lovely and creamy. just the way I like it. If you like this video and this recipe, don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on all the other recipes that I want to share. If you have any questions at all about any part of this video or anything in general, you could drop it in the comment section below, or you can contact me on Facebook or Instagram. There's many ways to get a hold of me. But I thank you for joining me today in my kitchen and watching me make these custard buns. Bye. Thanks for watching.